One of our favorite sponsors is back with us, Sunset Lake CBD.
Yeah.
If you're looking for CBD that actually does what CBD is supposed to do, look no further than our friends over at Sunset Lake.
Let me break it down.
Break it down, Mel.
They're sustainably farmed, meaning they avoid pesticides and use sustainable farming practices to preserve the land for future generations. 1. 2, farm to table. They ship the CBD products straight from their door in Vermont directly to your door wherever you're at.
Now that's cool.
And third party tested. They test everything with a third party to ensure quality, dosage, and safety.
You got to go over and check out sunsetlakecbd.com. They have so many products. Break it down for them, Apple.
Well, they've got some new stuff going on. Like they always had pre-rolls, but now they got really cool packaging for it. And you can get CBD pre-roll flights of all their flavors. You can get the heavy hitter flight that also throws in some of their Keef blunts. They have a new CBD recovery body lotion.
I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other?
The other one with arnica.
The extra strength muscle rub, 3,000 milligram with 5% lidocaine.
So look,
Oh, yeah,
if you're
lidocaine.
sore, this is the stuff you want to rub on your body to make those aches and pains go away. They even have CBD infused coffee, so you can have coffee without the little jitter that you get from caffeine, and you have it in the morning and you start your day off right. Your body feels lubricated. You're going to sleep good.
Yeah, and also they have, if you kind of forget to reorder, they've got subscriptions.
And they're giving the No Simple Road family 20% off.
20% off.
Put
with
in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out at sunsetlakecbd.com. You're going to get 20% off your entire order.
NSR20.
And don't forget those cute little gummy bears.
That's right. sunsetlakecbd.com. One of our favorite sponsors is back.
Have you ever listened to Funk You?
Out of a Gumby.
That you got at Electric Fish Lights.
You can.
You totally can.
You
should.
really, really can. Go to electricfishlights.com and check out what they have going on over there. So these are these really cool, personalized, one-of-a-kind lights that they build. Basically, what you tell them is what they build.
They use IQ technology.
What's that?
Interlocking quadrilaterals, which is recycled plastic milk jugs.
Yeah, and it's like these 30 interlocking pieces, and you can combine them into 15 different shapes, and when you put them together, they can basically build anything you want them to. So what you do is you go to electricfishlights.com, check out all the stuff that they've built before. They can do like your sports teams, they can do cartoon characters,
Yeah.
they could do, what else, Apple? Help me out.
They can do just about anything you want. If you're lucky enough to be in
Flowers.
their area, they're also doing something dope by having classes where you can go. Kids, if you go to their Instagram, you can see all the things they're building on their own.
Yep. And they're hooking up the No Simple Road family with 10% off. So if you put in the promo code NSR when you check out, you are going to get 10% off your purchase. All these lights come with a 12-year energy efficient, safe to leave on bulb, a 12-foot cord, and a hardware kit to hang the light. And any NSR family member that gets the color changing upgrade bulb,
What you want.
which you definitely want because it makes your posters pop,
Yes, it does.
you're going to get a one-of-a-kind collaborative print between No Simple Road and Electric Fish Lights. So go to electricfishlights.com and check out the coolest lights and get enlightened. This episode this week is also sponsored by Shop
Tour Bus.
If you are sick and tired of steal your faces and 13-point bolts all over your clothes, but you still want to rep Grateful Dead stuff, go check out Shop Tour Bus, man. This is the Digital Lot's finest, most fine, beautiful, and intentional Grateful Dead inspired merchandise out there. And I am telling you, they are not on the nose designs. These are kind of little secret notes that are designs that tell the story of a Grateful Dead song. And if you don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, go to shoptourbus.com or at shoptourbus on Instagram and check it out. And they are hooking up the No Simple Road family with free shipping.
Free
so
shipping.
when you check out, put in the promo code No Simple Road, and you're going to get a one-of-a-kind hand-designed box with a Grateful Dead lyric on the inside. You're going to get the item that you ordered. You're going to get a bunch of extras. And some of you lucky folks are going to get Miracle
bootleg
tapes. Here, check it out. This is what they sound like when... Look.
That is an actual
That's
sound. There's three of
definitely
them
a
sitting
special
right here.
sound.
Yeah. So if you hear that inside your box, you know you got Miracle by Shop Tour Bus. So go check it out, shoptourbus.com and at Shop Tour Bus on Instagram. Put in the promo code No Simple Road, and you are going to get hooked up.
Also, this week is Define Premium Cannabis sponsoring
Weed.
Yeah, weed. And this happens to be the place where I work at. We have a location in Hillsboro and one in Forest Grove, so you should definitely come out and visit us. We will get you hooked up with whatever you need as far as cannabis medication. So we have your dabbables, your vapables, your smokables, all this stuff. We have a new thing that I wanted to mention here on Wednesdays. We have our own farm, AP Farms, and we have a special all day on Wednesdays. You save anywhere from 5 to 15% off, depending on how much flower you buy, and you get to try some of our awesome strains. We got like 12 right now. So make sure when you come in to mention that you are a listener to No Simple Road. You will get 10% off your entire purchase. You'll be treated awesomely, and you will get a free t-shirt.
You'll even get to hug Apple.
Yeah, if you come to the Hillsboro location, I'm there Monday through Friday, and I will help take care of you, get you suited up with the product you need to take care of your head, your body, and your soul.
Go check it out, y'all, and make sure you tell them that you're part of the family. It's super important. I don't know any other podcast out there that gives you a hookup on weed. So, Define Premium Cannabis and No Simple Road are taking care of you.
Hey everyone, Chris Pandolfi from the infamous String Dusters here to let you know that my podcast, Inside the Musician's Brain, is back on the airwaves for Season 4, which means it's time once again to get deep with influential musicians from all across the musical landscape to really understand and translate the lessons of success, failure, inspiration, and hard work that are behind the music and the artists that we love. My guests this season include Rachel Price from Lake Street Dives, Sam Bush, Chris Wood, Chris Funk from The Decemberists, Lindsay Liu, MC Taylor from His Golden Messenger, and more. Check us out, and thanks for listening.
We're so excited to tell you a bit about today's sponsor, Music Masters Collective. They are a nonprofit organization that produces unique music events, providing opportunities for fans and artists to meet and collaborate in an inspired and creative atmosphere.
Music Masters Collective events give you the opportunity to learn from world-class musicians like Otil Burbridge, Steve Earle, Richard Thompson, former members of the band, the Milk Carton Kids, Nikki Glaspie, the Fab Four, and Sean Colvin, and so many more.
At an event like the Milk Carton Kids Sad Song Summer Camp happening this July, you can expect immersive classes, evenings of entertainment, excellent food, and a space for a lucky group of folks to learn, co-write, workshop, and perform with like-minded peers, all with the guidance of Kenneth Pattengale, Joey Ryan, and some of their favorite songwriters. This all-inclusive week in the Catskill Mountains of upstate New York is guaranteed to be magical. Scholarships are available and spots are extremely limited, so visit www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple to learn more. That's www.sadsongsummercamp.com/simple. Check it out.
No simple road. No simple road. No simple road. No simple road.
Check. Is this thing on? We're here. We made it. We're at Northwest String Summit, Pickin' Party.
We're not at Northwest String Summit.
We're at the Peacock Pickin' Party.
There we are.
Is where we are.
Babe, flash forward 2021.
It's crazy.
Guess who we have here?
Who?
Megan. Just not some random Megan. She happens to be the winner.
The winner of what?
You tell her.
You tell her.
Did you guys forget?
I forgot.
No, her and Ryan over there. I'm going to hand over the mic in a second, but they were our winners for the 2 extra passes to our pod, personal dancing area at the String Dusters and Yonder Mountain Band concert. First
Today.
concert
And stuff.
back.
Things.
First concert back.
It feels so. It feels so like. It is really like coming home.
Yeah.
Coming out here and seeing this is like insane.
Me and
And
Megan were
seeing the
talking about it too.
faces.
Her first year was the same first year that we came.
Oh, really?
Yep. So here's this. You can tell them.
Say hi, Megan.
Thanks. Hey.
You won.
I know, I won. I was shocked. I logged into my Instagram and I had a message from you. And I was like, oh my God, this is happening.
That's so cool. So when we were talking, I was like, I wonder if like people thought, I don't know if I want to answer that because then I got to go to a show with people I don't know. But your answer was great.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the best part about this is, especially with the last year and a half or so, or even more than that at this point, just not having that sense of community that everyone's used to in settings like these, just being able to
It fucking sucked.
get out there. I know.
It was awful.
I know.
And this is like the perfect place and the perfect way to come out of it.
It is. It's the perfect venue and the perfect group of people.
Aww.
And I'm stoked. I feel like I've known y'all for
I know, right?
longer than, how long, 2 hours now?
It's a trip. Like certain people just like drop in and like Bryce was like that. Like he showed up at the house for a party at the house and we spent the night just hanging out and talking all night. Like I had known him forever. When he left, I was like, oh, he's going home. That sucks. Like, so it's just certain people that happens with. It's really cool. And that was what I was excited like about giving away tickets was who the universe would pick. You know what I mean? Like who's it going to put in our...
I'm going to take this for a second because Bryce is over here with Audrey and Aaron's talking about certain people. Bryce is one of those people, but Ryan, he's quickly come over to be one of those people just like chill right over here, kicking back. And I didn't know what you looked like, but the minute I saw you, I knew. You did. You was like, I was like, Ryan. Hold on. I'm talking to
Well,
Hold
I
on.
was going to say, of course, welcome, Megan.
What?
We're not recording?
No, we are.
Oh, this is off?
Yeah, it's off. Just keep going.
Fly me to the
Apple,
moon.
stop, please. They don't want to hear that.
So yeah, this is interesting with Ryan. Me and Ryan just met last week because we're both in the cannabis industry, and this dude comes to bring some flower to show me, which I'd set up with Old World Organics to come show some flower. Ryan comes in and immediately is like, "Oh my God, dude, I didn't make the connection. Your apple." And I saw it on the manifest. I knew I was coming to meet an apple at Define Premium Cannabis, but until I walked in, didn't make the connection. It was like, I listened to your guys' show. It was like, holy shit, dude. And then, so we got to talking mostly cannabis for a while. And then it was like, well, dude, DM us on, listen to the latest episode, DM us, and we're going to be doing a drawing. So here we are a week later after meeting, hanging out at Pickin Park. Well, it's not Pickin Park.
There's no park now.
I keep forgetting
It's
that.
a Peacock Pickin' Party. It's actually a picnic.
So now Ryan is here with us. So you want to say hi, Ryan?
Hi, Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be here.
We're stoked you're here too, man.
Oh man, I just want to say that after we talked the other day, Apple, you would because I actually hadn't listened to the Chris Pandolfi episode yet, and you said you got to listen to that episode and listen for that the Easter egg, and you're out for it. And I gotta say, man, like. It was a great tip to listen to that episode that day because I had a late night drive home back from where I do my grow site out on the coast. And, with cultivating, it's similar to music in a lot of ways where you're constantly in your practice and building your skill set. And just that message of not tying your own successes and failures to your identity and making that a part of your overall journey, man. That was just synchronicity, how much I needed to hear that evening, specifically with the cultivating that was going on. Yeah. And so I just wanted to say that I appreciate you throwing that tip that way because not only am I really glad to be here, but I'm glad that I've had that theme in my head all week, guiding my own actions and reflections.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Welcome,
a mic drop
Ryan.
moment.
Yeah, bro, there's nothing else to say after that.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
Cody, what did you just say?
Duet?
No teeing. No teeing.
I don't remember.
You said something about the show.
Oh,
Stimulate to the tee.
I was saying Ryan just mentioned happens every time I listen to the show, and I think it happens for pretty much everyone that listens. There's something special about the love and energy you guys send out because whatever it is, the person on the other end hears what they need to hear, and that's yeah. Thank you,
Cody is a living example of what happens when somebody writes or calls in and then shows up somewhere.
Old. You can tell I'm old because I sent like an email to you.
Yeah, it wasn't a DM.
Okay.
Do you want to be my friend?
No, yeah, that basically is what the email was
That's the
pretty
gist
much
of it.
like. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem, come on over.
I'm just flabbergasted that Aaron and me, like you and me specifically, are here with an entire family that we made that we didn't create with our loins.
Or did you?
Or did we?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You know,
I'm serious. That right there trips me out more than anything. Here we're strolling in. Like you said, we've known each other forever. And, you know, just Bryce just, hey, guys, I'm home. Dark's like, oh, hey. Like, everything is so normal between all of us and familial. And that is a huge blessing. So I just want to thank everybody here, Ryan and Megan and Babe, you for hooking it up, and Apple for getting ice, Bryce for frickin' all of it, Audrey, fucking Cody, I love you guys.
Thank you for springing me from the loony bin.
or bringing you into it, one or the other. You know, I was actually thinking about this yesterday. It's like, I have 3 sisters and 5 brothers. I talk to 2 of my sisters. That's it. Like, me and my family don't get along. And something I've always said to Mel is like, just because you're born into a family doesn't mean that you have to put up with people's shit. And it doesn't mean that they have to be in your life. Like, there's no fucking rule that says that. We put up with so much shit from people in our lives because they're family, and let them do stuff to us and treat us bad and fucking toxic relationships and all that shit. So I learned, like, through my 20s and 30s that it's okay to cut people out of your life, even if they're your family, that treat you bad and that aren't giving you what you need. And now it means so much more to me to have you guys in my life, because I got to choose that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's curating the people that add something to your space instead of fucking people that shit on you and demean you and treat you bad.
Yeah, like, oh shit, I gotta go to my sister's house who fucking hates me every year.
Yeah.
And the husband's
Thanksgiving
always a jerk
dinner
to me,
sucks.
And, yeah, like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I always know, and that's why I felt like I knew Bryce the second he came in, because everyone fills each other's cups.
Oh, yeah.
Your cup is always getting filled, regardless if the other person has to do anything, just being around each other.
Wait, you have a
Special. Yes.
Cool.
And it's
Let me fill it up.
overflowing. Thank you.
This is Bryce. Reflecting on what Aaron was just touching on, it's like your blood family you don't get to choose, but your soul family you get to choose.
So
where
dope.
You fit in. And with you two, with Mel and Aaron, that's the marrying of soul and blood, and creating your own family, and that's what's special.
Oh, thanks, man.
And like
Yeah.
and the soul family and being able to connect, that's the true sense.
And that's why, like, it can sound like trite, you know, like the guy, we were just buying some candy and coffee over there at the vending, and the guy was like, welcome home. And it can sound like trite or silly, but it's so not, because this is our extended soul family. This is a family reunion, basically. After 16 months of being quarantined and being scared and being afraid and not knowing what was going to happen and not knowing if fucking music was going to come back and being locked in our fucking houses and going crazy in our heads and our stomachs fucking hurting and all the bullshit that happened, this is a family reunion. And that's why this is special. It really is coming home, man. Yeah. So I just want to say thanks to you guys for coming with us, because it means a lot to me. So.
Especially, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we would be remiss if we didn't say thanks to Sky.
Sky, you have a forever thank you in our heart.
Yeah.
But thanks again, seriously, for pulling this picnic together, for the tickets, the good vibes, and always the backdrop to a really magical experience.
For hooking us up with Uncle Burl.
Oh my God,
Uncle Burl.
Yeah, if you guys haven't listened to Burl, it's episode 12. Go listen to Burl. I mean, that man has more knowledge in his little tip of his pinky finger than most people do in their entire brain. So you guys go listen to that, and We love you guys. We'll be back with more stuff later
Yeah,
when it gets
later.
weird. And I'll talk to you in a little while. Peace. What? Here we go. The wheels are rolling. Bus
Are
is
we
in
taking
motion.
off, going down the runway?
Oh, no, that's backwards. Hey, no Simple Road family.
We're pulling up to the dock. We're taking off from the runway. There's the helicopter pad. We're doing all kinds of things.
It's a fucking weird vehicle. We're
Yeah, we're pulling into harbor on a float craft.
It makes me think of what's his name, Inspector Gadget.
It's everything.
Yeah. No Simple Road.
Where's my shoe phone?
Get smart.
Welcome to
Hi.
No Simple Road,
Where are
everyone. This week,
Yeah.
we are No Simple Road. This is Mel,
And Aaron.
And Apple.
and we're coming at you from Portland, Oregon.
We are.
And we wanted to say a big funk you.
Yeah, funk you.
Funk you all.
That
yes.
is our guest this week. You guys, man, if you don't know who we're talking about, you have been under a rock for the last however long, but they are an amazing band that is out there busting their ass, making amazing music for the people.
Funking
and
it up all over the place.
Funking it up all over the country, man. And they're getting ready to come out with a new album, I think next month, right?
I'm not sure when the album's coming out.
When's
I know
the
they're
album
getting ready to
dropping?
hit the road and do some touring.
Where are they going to be?
They
I
are
remember the Brooklyn Bowl was one of them.
yeah,
Summer camp.
Hella Yella Music Festival coming up on August 7th in Georgia. Then they're going to bounce to Ohio. Then they're going to Summer Camp Music Festival on August 20th. Then Avondale Brewery, Resonance Music and Arts Festival. They got a bunch of festivals coming up. That's in West Virginia. And then October 8th, which is somebody's birthday.
Oh, on Mel's birthday.
They're going to be playing Brooklyn Bowl in New York. So they're starting to kick it up too here.
It feels so good to see tour dates like that and seeing this band. These guys are hard-working individuals here,
Yeah.
man. They do not fuck around, and you know they recently released their 10th anniversary album with an entire horn section. So you know that first album that they did way back in the day, you got to go back and listen to this re-release because it's got a lot more punch than the original. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime you add horns, you're going to get something totally different.
Yeah. Horns and fiddle. Those two things, man.
And harmonica. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but that you add that in there to just a regular old song.
Spices anything up.
Yep.
That's like adding more cayenne pepper to the gumbo and like boom. And this was fun too. You'll hear a little. I think you'll hear the transition. Like we started out with Evan and Will, and they were in a van getting ready to play somewhere. And members of the band, there's 9 cats in this band, so this band's deep.
Oh,
they roll deep.
This was what month? Here, let me look.
What?
This was? This was back in May that we did this, I think.
Yeah, it was right before Mother's Day.
And there wasn't a lot of shows happening, so this was like one of the first few
Of somebody
that
was out there.
that was out doing stuff, and like they had some really cool experiences that you'll hear.
And people from the band kept. I think we ended up with 4, if not 5 of them
In the van?
They kept coming to the van, like, "What are you doing? Get in!" And the video, we were doing video at first, but it was a bad connection because they're in a parking lot somewhere in a van, so we had to abandon the video and go to just audio to keep a good sound going.
It
So you're on a roller coaster ride with us.
Yeah, this is super fun. These guys are. I had like shot out of a cannon, excited because they're getting ready to play a show. We had them in the van preparing,
and you could hear like you could definitely hear the excitement in their voices of being back out, and being back at it. And at the time, I was like, sure wish I knew what that felt like being back out.
But now you know what that feels like.
I do.
Well, yeah, how does
Why do
that-
you know how that feels, babe?
Well,
I was going to say this is kind of like a week recap because we all did the same thing pretty much and had a fantastic time.
Well, so we haven't been to a show, of any significance in 16 months. And last week we went to Horning's Hideout to see Yonder Mountain String Band and the infamous String Dusters. And we also saw Freedom, which was Matt Butler's new trio. And we also saw Scott Law and Burl open a set, and man,
I like that. You're like,
and then so that was Tuesday, and then Tuesday at the beginning of the show, Burl's like, "You guys coming on Wednesday?" We were like, "No, we got to work on Thursday," and he's like, "No, bullshit. We got you a pod. You guys are coming to the show on Wednesday." So we ended up going on Wednesday, and then Friday rolled around. We all get off work, and Burl hits us up and he's like, "Hey, we're playing at a local bar here, Laurel Thirst. You guys should come hang out." And
so we did that
so
too.
We did that. So
3 shows in 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're making up for lost time.
We sure are.
And
it felt really good to be out, and
boy, are my arms tired.
Well, it was amazing because we ran into quite a few. We ran into Joey Burns will be Burns. We ran into
Chris Cooch.
Chris there. Just saw a bunch of familiar faces. Tiffany and Ben.
Yep.
We saw them.
Matt
Butler. And everybody was smiling and hugging.
We saw Sky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we caught up with Sky. Thank you so much again for everything, Sky. Friday night, we got to hang out. We got to meet Hannah, finally, that helps with String Summit and manages a couple of little bands, like Yonder Mountain.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Got to hang out with Shorty a little bit.
Yeah, we can't forget Shorty. Shorty is Burl's assistant right-hand man, and we got to hang out with him and have some fun. It's just been it was a week just packed full of things.
It was
meeting so many new people, dancing our asses off.
And our contestant winners.
That's right. Megan and Ryan.
We met 2 new people that are definitely part of the family from here on out.
It takes a lot of guts to
win a contest.
No, to go to a show with a crew.
By
an
yourself,
established crew of people that you don't know.
Well, they both listen to the show, so they kind of know. And
okay.
A lot of people say that when they hear the show, they feel like they know us. And so it's a little bit different than just meeting somebody and going to the show with them. It's like, we know these people. We know Mel.
They know
Come on, Apple.
We're not going to kidnap them and take them out in the middle of the woods.
And what was so crazy was Apple ended up knowing Ryan from Define.
Well, I had just met him 1 week prior.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that last. Yeah, I met him 1 week prior and said, "Well, if you're a listener, go listen to the latest episode
Submit
and
to the
answer
contest.
the Easter
Maybe
egg."
you'll win." And lo and behold,
yeah, it was really a special time to meet those two, and we had Audrey with us, and Megan and Audrey ended up knowing each other from a previous Pigeons concert. Like, there was so many little mini connections during that entire time. It really made me feel like I am from Portland, because going to that concert and seeing people
that we all know
only from here, it really kind of made me feel rooted to where we live.
Oh, and Graham and Ainsley.
No, it's Ansley. It's not
sorry.
Ainsley. I kept
Graham
on calling her
and
Ainsley all night. It was not Ainsley. It's
and
Ansley.
we saw them. They were there again Wednesday night. We got to hang out with them, boogie some more, and of course Bryce, our little.
Well, and Bryce ended up knowing Ansley and Graham too from another thing.
Yeah,
it is a small world, man. This jam community it's trippy too. Like, when we're just talking about being at Horning's Hideout, but like, Fish Tour is about to start in Arkansas and Atlantic City and a few other places, and I guarantee if we got on a plane and went to Arkansas and went to that first Fish show,
well, we definitely see Preston.
There would be a grip of people that we know just from the show, having nothing to do with Portland.
It's a traveling community.
It's really cool. And I think that's the thing that was impressed on me the most. Hang on one sec. Sorry. Over the Tuesday and Wednesday, the 2 shows that we were at, like on Tuesday, the show started at 5 in the afternoon. And if you don't know about the Pacific Northwest, like in this time of the year, in mid to late July, it doesn't get dark here until like 9 o'clock at night, 9:15, 9:30. And so sun's up, it's hot out, the music starts, which made it feel like a music festival, not like a outdoor concert one day thing. It felt like a festival because the sun was out and it was hot and whatever.
And they had a couple little like, they weren't food trucks, but just like little
vending,
little
food
vending.
And it was a trip to me I was really paying attention to the crowd, which typically I don't do too much at a show, maybe a little bit during the second set because I want to see how spun everybody gets. but like I was really watching everybody, and it was so good to see our family again, like to see the community out and having fun. And like I told Mel and Apple this, like during the first set on Tuesday, it was Freedom, which is Matt Butler's new 3-piece outfit, and then the String Dusters, and then Yonder. And during the String Dusters set, like feeling the energy in the venue, I could feel like the hesitation, the tension, I don't know, anxiety, I'm not sure what the right word is, but like a hesitancy or a remembering kind of a thing. Like
it was kind of like the pipes were kind of clogged up and it had to work out. And I think we also like kind of like 3 songs in, all of a sudden when they hit, I forget what song, but they hit where everybody hooting and hollering, everybody started jumping up in the air, jumping up and down, and from there on, it was like cleared the pipe. It was just like,
yeah, like those of you that have ever had like an old Chevy or an old Ford, if you don't start it for a while, like it doesn't start right. It kind of coughs and
throttling wrong,
coughs a bunch of black smoke out the tailpipe, and then it runs great.
And then you're ready to hit the highway and do 120.
Right. It felt like that, and I think I even said something to Mel about it during the show. I was like, you could feel a lot of weirdness in here, and like I know that some of that is my own projection of my own shit dragged out of 2020 in a sack on my back.
Well, I know you said you were having kind of a little bit of a rough go at first, and just being there with all of our COVID baggage, you know what I mean? Trying to enjoy it and feeling excited, but also it's heavy still. Like
it's still not knowing how to act. Not knowing how to act.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember. I think it was Brian. I forget who we were talking to. Or Krakow. It was like I feel like fucking Steve Martin on The Jerk at first.
Don't know what to do.
It was like I remember going to clap to the music and I was like totally off, and then it was like, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I got the rhythm finally after a little bit. Yeah, it was rusty. You got to get back on that bike,
rusty.
Put a little oil on the sprockets and get going.
Yeah, it was a trippy thing too. Like at set break, Willie Burns came and sat down. And it
was so good to see you, Joey. Thanks for stopping by.
Pretty deep in the sacrament at that point. And, him and I got to talking, and I was like, man, we can't just come here and try and fucking pretend like nothing happened. Like, we've got to be honest with each other and say it how it is. Like, some shit did go down. 2020 did fucking happen. Not that we need to, no shit. Not that we need to like always drag that along with us and like, I'm not talking about that. I'm just acknowledging the thing. Like, yeah.
Are you thinking for more like healing or recovery?
I'm talking like healing. Like you can't start healing until you admit that like, oh, I went through something, and then just going back out and being like, oh, okay, back to normal. Like, it doesn't fucking work like that. At least it didn't for me. And, him and I were talking. I was like, we've all been through some shit, dude. We've grieved and we've gone through this whole process, and now we're here, and we have to acknowledge that and like move forward with a little more intention and with that in our rearview mirror, so to speak.
Yeah, intention and caution and just.
Yeah, that's 2 good words.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, Apple, by the time the second set rolled around, it was fucking on.
Yeah,
it was seriously on.
That whole place was awake, and even wasn't that Tuesday? I think where I can't remember what night when he's like I forget who it was. One of the band would like actually paused for a moment because they saw
that was on Wednesday night.
Saw the trees. Yes. It was like I looked up and I saw the trees moving.
It was
to
the bass
music
player from
we
the
were
Dusters.
playing,
yes.
I mean, that place is alive. I mean, because there was a nice breeze.
It almost seemed like it was happy that
Yes.
we
We were
there.
home.
Yeah,
It
like
felt
the
like
trees
the
were
environment
waving.
was happy that we were there, and it seemed like everybody was clunky, but like wanting to not be. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we want to shake it off. I'm awkward. I've got 2 left feet and 2 right arms, but I'm still wanting to have a good time, you know? And by the time Yonder came out I'm talking about Tuesday night, by the time the String Dusters had dusted us and Yonder came out, it was like full force. Like Allie and came out like, it was just so good. All of it was so good to feel the music coming at you.
Yeah.
Feeling
hitting your
it,
chest and
the
feeling
fiddles.
it reverberate in you.
There's just something different too, like having that bass, that upright bass,
When he hits it with the bow.
and the fiddle. There's nothing like the way that a violin or fiddle sounds. It has its own unique, and so putting that in there, it's like ethereal. It creates this
both bands. It's like it can be haunting.
Yes.
Like haunting and deep and like bayou, swampy, and then happy,
Jovial,
and upbeat,
yep.
and skippy, like from one moment to the next. And the other thing I remember the most too, we saw that was seeing these crews back to work.
Yes.
They had all come out at one because they're all working behind the
Yeah, the
scenes, and
stage
at
crew.
one point all of them were over on the side of the stage watching the band and the crowd and just smiling ear to ear, like you like we created this.
And they worked
Look
hard.
at
They
'em.
worked really
Because
hard.
I remember when we were talking to Burl, he was talking about all the things that they had to, do in order to get this taken care of. And they worked their tails off. So thank you to the crew
Yes.
of
Yeah.
Northwest String Summit and of the bands that came out and made it so beautiful for us.
And that we're talking about like the stage crew and the lighting crew and the sound guys and all the crew
Yep.
that works at Summit, but also to see the crews of family,
Yeah.
the different
Yeah.
groups of family that have been sequestered for 16 months and are now ready to get
Like the group we met Tuesday
Yeah.
night down in front. We were watching them almost the whole show, and then like the set break,
Dude
we
in
went
the purple
down
overalls.
in the purple overalls. We exchanged information and stuff. But that another way was like those boys were boogieing.
Yeah.
Well, and I think Joey said he had like 30 people deep in his crew. They had a huge crew come in to dance and shake it
It was
off.
so good to see that. And I realized a couple of things. So I love being spun and giving out stickers while I'm dancing.
I remember
like
you saying
running
that.
around giving stickers to people during the music. That's like one of my favorite things to do at a show now. And then second, I learned that I can't smoke weed.
You've
anymore,
been saying that for
ever again
since we started the show.
But
he made a big oopsie.
Yeah, I can't. Like there's times when I'm like, oh, it's cool, I could do it, and then everything's fine. I can't do that anymore. I just, it's not worth it to me to roll the dice ever again with that. I'm done. Like there was a moment I was having a fucking great night. I was the perfect level of high. I was completely in my own space. I was in my skin 100%. I was shining bright and dancing my ass off.
And then the joint came around.
And it was old habit to just grab it and hit it. And as I blew it out, I was like, oh, fuck, what did I just do?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. And so I just passed it. I was like, I'll just pretend like that didn't happen. And slowly but surely, this fucking gray mist starts like covering my eyes. And I'm like, oh no, here it comes. And I got so fucking paranoid. I had such a bad trip at the end of that show. I was like that kind of paranoid where like I couldn't sit because I felt like I was posing however I sat. Like I couldn't sit. And like my facial expression, I was like, I'm making a face right now and I can't like let my face be natural because I feel like I'm making a face. And like every little
So
thing,
self-conscious of
so
everything.
fucking self-conscious. And in the center of that storm is me right now going, what the fuck is the matter with you, man? This is fucking ridiculous. You're so stupid. What are you doing? Take it easy. Everything's
then
all right.
you did something that you said that afterwards you told it was very important. Instead of keeping it yourself, you told us all.
Yeah.
Which helped you a little. I mean, it didn't make it go away,
No, it
but
didn't
you're
go
like,
away.
like at least everybody in my group knows I'm fucked up at the moment.
Yeah,
Will
I
treat
can't.
me accordingly.
Guys, please be nice to me right now. I'm fucking freaking out. Like, I can do pretty much anything. One hit of weed, I'm done.
No, you don't like LSD either, baby.
I can do it, but that is a whole different thing. Like,
There's a lot that you can't do. You can't drink. You don't like
I was gonna say,
drinking.
give him a half a toke of weed and a couple sips of a drink,
and he's done.
Yeah,
Donezo.
Yeah, you're getting laid. Oh, no. You'll just be passed out. You do what you want. You may be like, oh no.
It's the weirdest thing, man. And I was like giving myself a hard time too. I was like, first show back. Nice job, asshole. Like,
well, and speaking, okay, I'll throw this in there. My coworkers know this if anybody listens to it. So I fucked up too by just getting overboard, having fun, had quite a few beers and stuff too. And when I got up to go to work, I couldn't go to work because I was still...
Apple, you were supposed to work the next day.
I was supposed to work the next day. Wednesday, I could not. I was no
shade.
No way to drive, deal with anything. So I called in on Wednesday, which was a no, but they understood and they kind of expected it. They were like, year and a half, you haven't partied and a little too much too fast and missed Wednesday, but it's all good.
Mel was the only responsible one in the group.
I was pretty responsible. I know my tolerance. I had a great time. I surrounded myself with the most sweet. I was like, at one point I was sandwiched in between Tiffany and Audrey, and another point with Megan and Ryan and Bryce. Like, I was really enjoying the company that we had.
Aaron was curled up in the fetal position on the blanket.
Honestly, I didn't even know what was going on with Aaron.
You're still dancing.
I wasn't even paying attention to Aaron. I was just like so happy about the group and just where we were at, and I was feeling so good. And usually I'm very introspective when we take sacrament. I was not introspective at all.
You were outgoing.
Nothing happened.
The pictures kind of tell that story of the silly faces, and you were funny as hell.
There was nothing internal going inside. No profound shit. It was just like, I love these people.
It's called blowing off steam, babe.
Yeah, no, it was great. I was.
You kept doing like the metal side, sticking your tongue out like
good.
metal, like.
Yeah.
If you go on the No Simple Road Instagram, you'll see the pictures that we're talking about.
I posted a few things too.
Yeah.
It was just at this stage of our life, we have such great people.
Yeah, we are surrounded by some awesome
when we were leaving to go to Hornings, we had Cody, Audrey, myself, Apple, Aaron, and Bryce, and just leaving it felt like a day at the beach. Like when we're getting everything ready, the cooler, our snacks, and all right, you got everything, and just having that group go down with us of like, they're close friends. These are not people that are just, we met. These are really close friends that we could call in an emergency or that we could call for any reason. And it added another layer for me going to the show. It was like, yay, we're going to a concert, but it was like, we're going to a concert with our peeps is what it felt like.
So much fun.
And all of us piled into one vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
That
and
was,
so
that
we
was
had the
fun
best
too.
ride there.
And thank you, Audrey, for getting us all home safe.
Yes, thank you, Audrey, for being responsible and being a sweetheart.
Hooking us up, making sure that we got where we needed to go alive and in one piece. And yeah, man.
It's just nothing like the family that we've cultivated since we've been here.
And then guess what, too? Like
chicken butt.
Like we're recording this Sunday, 2 more sleeps, and we're going out there again for Green Sky Bluegrass on Tuesday night.
So I want to throw something out there. If you're in the Portland area and you are on the fence, don't have anybody to go with or whatever to Green Sky on Tuesday, the 27th. Tell you what, if you grab a pod add-on ticket, you are more than welcome to add yourself to the No Simple Road pod. All you got to do is DM me and say that you got a pod add-on. We will add you to our pod. We are in Section 3. So you would purchase a Section 3 pod add-on ticket. I think we have room for, what? There's four of us
for sure.
Or no, 5 of us going now. So we have room for 3 more. So the first 3 people that DM me that say they want to hook up and be part of our pod, you can do that. So I will throw that out there, the invitation. If you want to come party and hang out with No Simple Road, grab yourself a pod add-on for the 27th, DM me, and we will meet up and go together.
Or you can meet us there, and we can walk in together.
That too. We could do that as well. That's Mel's absolutely right.
Well, because, not everybody's coming from the same place, so.
True.
I was going to say, last week that logistically worked out the best because Ryan and Megan both ended up driving their own cars and meeting us out there, and that's the weird thing too. This is all awesome. I can't wait till next year when we get to do the whole festival, because it's weird to be there and then have to go home.
Yeah, I really wanted to stay, especially like we kind of just walked off to.
Yeah,
so that
you
the
did
guys,
not want to leave too. You're like, where are we going?
I didn't want to leave. At the end of the night, everybody's packing up. It's time to go, and I didn't want to go nowhere.
Okay, let's be real. End of the night, we're all laying on a blanket together. There's like maybe 8 of us all laying on the ground, hanging out, talking and laughing. And then somebody says to me, "Yo, Aaron, man, we need to leave." And I look around, and we are literally the last people in the field. Like, I'm not joking. This isn't Aaron math. This is the real thing. Like, we are the last fucking people on a blanket. And like, the people cleaning up and security are looking at us like, what the fuck? And so I say to Mel, I'm like, Mel, we need to go. And she's like, why? Why do we need to go? I want to stay here. And I'm like, Mel, we can't stay here anymore. Why not? I'm having fun. I want to hang out.
I was having fun, and I didn't want it to end. We had all of our friends. Like, it's like finally, like, no, it's finally my birthday party, and I don't want to go home.
I'm like, babe, we're going to get kicked out in a second. We need to leave.
I was like, no, we're not.
Yeah. And then finally I'm like, Mel, open your eyes and look around. We're the last ones here.
Oh, yeah. This entire conversation is happening with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, I can see with my eyes closed during those
Yeah, you
sessions.
couldn't see that we were the last ones there.
I could see that I was having fun still.
Well, that's funny. That's not an uncommon thing. We had to explain that to Tiffany in the park.
Tiffany and Ben.
They were like, we're like, yeah, this happens. Mel, I just remember like Fish at the Gorge too. That was one of the funniest. When she had so many empty water bottles and like trash was picking, like could hardly hold them. She's like dropping them as she's picking them up, and the security and cleanup crew is like, you need to go. And she's like, but you need help. And they're like, we really appreciate what you're trying to do, but this is our job. You can go now.
They were grateful for me.
Oh, yeah, they
that.
were grateful, but also they're like, okay,
We'll go with
you show's over. Everybody's got to leave.
I like to remember it that way.
That's cool.
They were very grateful. They watched you for a little bit until they finally
to make sure that you were okay.
I do that all the time, and I actually did not do it this last time. I was preoccupied, but when I go somewhere and at the end of the night, I'm gonna walk by a water bottle. I'm gonna pick it up.
I gotta say though, that place was fucking
It was
spotless.
it was spotless
when we left.
Everybody
Everybody
looked
picked
great.
their shit up and got it out of there.
As it should be.
That I think that is I don't know the word. Peculiar maybe is the word to Oregon, and I think it has a lot to do with Oregon Country Fair mindset. Like a lot of those people that were there and are part of the bluegrass jam community here in Portland,
Like specific to that.
are very specific, like Oregon Country Fair family, and you don't fuck around with trash at fair, and so I think that's just like ingrained in everybody up here.
Take your shit in. What you take in, you take out.
Which is the way it should be. That's one of the things that's like a drag. Like at the end of that gorge fish show, it was like a fucking bomb went off inside the gorge, man. Like
That was terrible.
Yeah,
it was
a
really.
trash
It made me
pile.
sad.
we can do better than
It
that.
reminded me of what's happening in the ocean.
Oh
That's
shit.
That's when I turned around and looked at that. That's why if I see it and my hands are empty, I'm going to fucking pick it up. It's not costing me anything. It's not taking extra time. It's not hurting me. I got freaking hand sanitizer. Like, so what?
You kids listen to grandma and grandpa.
It's true. Think about it. Everybody is spun or inebriated to some degree when you're done with your partying and dancing, and you turn around, you're gonna fucking walk over a can or a napkin or a bag of some sort. Pick it up.
Dude,
you're gonna pass a trash can. Pick it up.
Can you imagine how the people at the Gorge would react if this year on Saturday night the show ends and there's not a fucking lick of trash on the ground?
That would be phenomenal. That would be such a feat. That it would be amazing. What if at the end of the show Trey was like, hey guys, thanks for everything. Appreciate all of your dancing. Pick up a piece of trash on the way out. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. Do you know how many fucking everybody would do it? Mm-hmm. Every fucking person. So if Trey, you're listening, and I know you're not, but if you ever heard this, just fucking say that. Just tell him that, and we'll all do it. I already do it. Some
Funk
people
You
do it.
might be his favorite band.
You never know.
You never know. The funk
I'm just
is the
saying,
teacher.
if you just turn around and be like, hey guys, just pick up something on the way out. Don't let everybody else do it. Just hook it up.
There it is. There's your today's public service announcement from No Simple Road. Pick up your shit, man, and fucking don't throw your balloons on the ground.
Pick up your shit or somebody else's
shit up.
Yeah.
Pick some of your shit up and their shit up.
Pick up your neighbor's shit. And not literal shit, but you know.
Well, if you do shit, pick that up as well, because I don't want to step in your shit.
Yeah,
I
that'd be kind
really
of gross.
don't. That's fucking gross, man.
Yeah, clean up after yourself like you would your dog.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you want to come to Green Sky, there's 3 spots open. You could be one of the first 3. Then you're in there with us, and we'll have a good time. It'll be fun. We're gonna have a blast this week.
Hoot nanny.
A shindig.
A barn burner.
Yep.
So I don't think we need to go through a week.
That was our week.
I mean, we all had the same week.
That was definitely the highlight of my week. After that was work, and I was like, working after
shows.
Well, specifically this week, because having Burl here, then going to Hornings and having those 2 nights, and just being part of what it takes to run that, like having, Chris wave at us from the stage, seeing Burl gave us a literal shout out. Burl gave me, Aaron, and Apple a literal shout out from the stage. And it just underscored to me like how important what we're doing is. No, we're not like literally doing like heart surgery, nothing like that. But we had Ryan, and I think that he would be okay with this because he said it on, we did a little recording too. Mm-hmm. And he was saying that he had listened to the Chris Pandolfi episode and to find the little Easter egg. And he was so grateful for that message. He said that it helped his entire week of what Chris was talking about. And to see everybody having such a good time and knowing that we're a part of that. If you listen to that show, you got so much more. Like it made you feel so much better, like it did with Ryan. And it made me like, it was just hard for me to go back to work, like back to my whatever reality this is, you know?
Ryan was like, I can't remember the exact thing that we were talking about in the Pandolfi episode, but he was like, the thing that you guys are talking about was the exact thing I needed to hear in the week that I was having a really bad week, and it set me straight and reminded me that there's people out there that love me and care about me,
and to not be so hard on yourself.
And to not be so hard on myself, and it got me through the rest of my week so I could make it here to dance with you guys.
And so that's what I'm talking about. It was just kind of when those types of things happen, we know that like, okay, randomly, who knows when he was listening to it, right? He's driving around, listening to No Simple Road, and that happens, and he's getting like this like, little twang on his heart and on his mind, and he's just feeling good about it. That's important to me. I love making people feel good emotionally. That is one of my favorite things to do. Like if you're having a shitty day or you're having a tough day, you don't know what you're going through, and you can tune into us and whatever we're saying or whoever we're interviewing says something profound, that's medicine to me. and to the people that it goes to. So it was just a little tiny bit hard getting back to reality.
I had a difficult time plugging back in too, man. I was getting all these like different requests at the job that I do, and each one was like, I don't care about that one. Throw that in the trash. No, I really don't care about that one. Throw that in the trash. And then, well, that one can wait till next week then. And then I was like, wait, you're just putting all your work to the side right now. You're not doing anything. Like,
you gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's gonna come back tomorrow.
And it was hard to reconnect to that. And
you just want to ride that wave.
Well,
you just want to keep. I want to stay on tour.
Not even that.
Yeah,
it really made me feel like, you know how they say like Jeff Firewalker Schmidt is a walker between worlds? So are we. You know what I mean? Like straddling those two things is no fun. And like, I know where I fit. I know where I belong. And then I have to like leave it to go to this like cloud cuckoo land of bizarro world. And the longer it goes on, the more ridiculous it gets.
So the thing that Chris Pandolfi said that was instrumental for Ryan's week, he was talking about not allowing mistakes to be your identity. Don't tie your mistakes to your identity. Like, you can make a mistake and that's it. Okay, I made a mistake. Sorry, fucked up. Okay, but I'm not a fuck up. I'm not a screw up. Every now and then I screw up though.
Yeah,
that's
me
okay.
And Preston were talking about that yesterday. Like, if you're depressed, you don't say I am depressed. You say I am experiencing depression right now.
Yeah, we are not our symptom. We have symptoms. We have things that happen to us, but we're rad people and we're good people and we're loving people, and things happen. Shitty things happen. You know, you have a freaking rage yell or something, or you break something and you freaking start crying and you freak out, or stuff happens all the time, but we are not what we do necessarily. We are who we are.
Boom. We'll leave it at that. We are who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do the business and get into the interview.
Follow us on Instagram at No Simple Road.
All the social medias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go to www.nosimpleroad.com. Click on that merch tab. Buy yourself a cute little t-shirt for your new next festival or concert night, whatever.
Do you know how big of a hug you would get if I saw you at a show wearing a No Simple Road shirt?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You would get a
if you want to
tackle.
So check that out. You get a bonus. Like, go over and buy a shirt and you get a free Aaron hug.
Yep.
And then I'm sure you'll get a Mel hug and you'll get an Apple hug too, because we're all huggers.
Yeah, we are.
And that's back.
Hugging's back.
Hugging is back.
Oh, I got a report too. I'm very, very, very happy. So the shirts, go get yourself a shirt and you get a horrible grease stain on it, like a jackass, like I did. It came out. I was so bummed. My new
spray and wash, dude.
Yep, spray and wash a couple times. And when I pulled it out of the dryer, you never know.
Yeah,
it's like
rolling the dice.
I got to that shirt and was like, yes, it came out. Yes, because some materials it doesn't, some it does, and I'm just so happy.
So go get yourself one of those.
Get yourself one of those. Stain it up, unstain it. It's fun.
And
not really.
Call the tepid line at 971-808-1524. That number again is 971-808-1524. And tell us a trip report from the last show you went to. You just got one from us.
That's right.
It's only fair, you know.
Yeah, there are shows happening now. Nobody can tell us you're not going to shows.
And if you want to do us a solid to help other people find out about No Simple Road, make sure that you leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or whatever platform you are listening on. Apple Podcasts really is the most important one because that gets us out into the Apple Podcast algorithm and also on Spotify. So please, pretty please, with sugar on top, I'm asking, do us a solid. Leave us a 5-star if you haven't. If you want to go a step further and help No Simple Road hit the road,
patreon.com/No Simple Road.
That is where you can connect to the No Simple Road crew monetarily. You can give as little as $1 a month and help us keep doing the show and continue on down the road. Our goal is to hit the road in 2023 and start doing some live podcasts.
2023?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
2022.
Well, our goal is to hit the road. How about that?
Yes, in the near future.
And we can't get there unless you guys help us. So we need your help. Patreon.com/No Simple Road. And that
if you do that, that could get us to Mel's. You don't want Mel to be. You guys just hear how Mel got kind of bummed, realizing that's like a year and a half away.
I wasn't counting on 2023.
Yeah, let's make this 2022. Get on over to Patreon, help us out, fuel these jet tanks, so we can put on the afterburners and fly across the country. Because that's what we're going to do one way or another.
So we got some upcoming shows that we're going to be at. If you want the entire list, you can go to nosimpleroad.com, and as you scroll down, you'll see upcoming events. But the next few that we have, on July 27th, No Simple Road will be at Green Sky Bluegrass. So like you said, you have the chance to join our pod, 3 of you, whoever the first 3 are, hit us up. Then we will be at Fish at the Gorge Amphitheater on the 28th and the 29th. We're only doing the Saturday and Sunday show. Then here in Portland, we're going to be at Circles Around the Sun on September the 10th. And then No Simple Road is getting on on a jet plane, and we don't know when we'll be back again.
We do.
But September 18th, we will be at Red Rocks Amphitheater to see Green Sky Bluegrass and Circles Around the Sun. And then a quick jaunt back to see Andy Frasco and the UN here in Portland on the 24th. And then we'll just leave it at that.
We got Lettuce coming up in December. There's going to be other things sprinkled in here and
Fish
there.
Vegas.
Oh yeah, Fish in Vegas. Fish at Matthew Knight Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Fish. We're pescatarians.
We definitely are fish consumers.
Yes, we love our fish diet.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We also want to say funk you to every single one of you.
We
out
absolutely do. And by the way, all you guys in Funk You, the Funk You shirt that Aaron and Mel got me for my birthday is one of my favorite fucking shirts. The purple with the lime green. I just love that shirt. Love you guys.
Yep. You guys kill it. And thank you so much for being so gracious with your time. I know that you were busy and that you squeezed us in there, man. And we are forever grateful for that. So thanks for spending some time with us. And everybody out there, we love you. We'll see you out there at the shows. Yes. Can't wait to give you a hug, give you a high five, hand you a sticker while I'm spun dancing through the crowd. And without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you
Funk You.
Your manipulation, you violate, you violate.
Welcome, gentlemen. What's happening?
What's up? Hey there.
Wow.
You know, there's a lot going on.
It's a day, that's for sure. I'm Aaron, by the way. How's it going?
Hey.
And we also
we're waving. You just can't see us.
Yeah, it's okay. Hi.
Yeah, all the pleasantries. This is Mel. Welcome to the show, guys.
Appreciate you having us.
And then you got me. You got the third member here. I'm Apple. Thank you guys for joining us, and congratulations. You guys are playing shows, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like an anniversary album and the whole thing. It's pretty fucking cool, you guys.
Appreciate you. It's
been
a long time coming, that's for sure.
Well, like about how long in your estimation?
Well, you know,
lifetime.
The anniversary is our 10-year anniversary, so
at least 10.
You know, I guess they say if you can make it 10 years, you can make it.
We made it to this gig.
Right on.
So, just for everybody out there, will you guys introduce yourselves to the folks that are listening?
Yeah, I'm Will Clark, drummer with Funk U.
And I'm Jeff Wood, trumpet and guitar with Funk U.
Right on, you guys. Yeah, you've got us at a little bit of a disadvantage today. Our whole house got COVID.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
We're in the halfway through a 14-day quarantine.
Yeah. So I'm
Are y'all sick right now?
Yeah, a little bit. You know,
the guys are sick. I'm feeling pretty
Mel's
weird.
okay.
I just feel a little weird is all, but I feel good. I'm feeling
What about
funky.
the loss of smell?
Bro,
that's the worst.
I'm gonna tell you what. Like, I heard talking about that and read articles about it and was like, "That's not a thing." And yeah, it's a thing, and it's like, and it's completely gone. Like, not just a little bit. Like, it doesn't exist.
No pleasure in anything. Even cannabis does not taste
Yeah,
good.
weed tastes like
smoking a bowl tastes like you're smoking resin back in junior high school or something.
Yeah, that mine hit me when I was undoing this little Christmas tree air freshener you put in your car.
Right.
And I thought it was just so old that it didn't smell anymore. I was like, oh, okay. I guess just don't smell anymore. Then I went back into that car like 5 days later, and I was like, oh, wow. I lost my sense of smell because now it's reeks in here.
Oh, thank God you got it back, man. Yeah, mine is on its journey back, hopefully. So let's keep our fingers crossed. But we weren't going to reschedule this. We wanted to talk to you guys. So appreciate having
Appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah, man.
And this one, I gotta tell you, Will, me and you, I don't know if you've talked to him recently. Me and you have a mutual connection in Travis Hawkins.
Oh yeah,
up here in Oregon. I've known him for probably about 3 years or more now because I'm in the cannabis industry, and met him as our rep through Artifact. And
yeah, I know all the Artifact dudes.
They're all Mike, all those guys. Shout out to all them. They're amazing. But 2 weeks ago, Travis came in. Me and him are always talking about music, and he goes, dude, I keep meaning to tell you about this good friend of mine and his band Funk You. He's like, you should get him on the show. And I go, what? Wait, hold on. And I pulled up our calendar and I showed him. I was like, we've got him coming on, dude. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, well, I guess I don't need to make that introduction. I was like, oh, we've listened to them for a while, dude. Of course. Because you guys also, we're really mean a lot to us. It's Andy Frasco in the UN. Andy's come and stayed with us. You guys commingle with them. Just like small world in this community. And, Travis was just so excited about this, and then pulled up the video of his wife Jess at what was it, Sweetwater, where she was in the Gumby costume dancing.
Yeah, she was one of the dancers.
So I guess let me throw in a question. Travis goes, make sure to ask him about Gumby, because he said he even donned the old stinky suit once.
Oh yeah, so we've been for our old bass player Rob. His uncle, I think, is who gave us this little wooden, like plywood with a weight on the end, like cutout of Gumby. And it was like our stage, like, it was just like our little mascot. So,
hey, hold up. We're doing the podcast.
Oh, can I come in?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's all good.
No worries, man. No, this is cool. You guys are out there.
We've had little cardboard cutout of Gumby for a long time, and so funny enough, we lost it at a frat party. Someone stole it, rather, and then didn't have him for a couple years, and then played a show in Augusta, and someone was like, "Hey, I remember that Gumby. Like, I actually saw it at someone's house the other day."
What?
We were like, "No way! Go get us that damn thing!" And it was. Some guy was like, yeah, I don't remember how I got this, but I've had this Gumby in my closet. So we got cardboard Gumby back, or plywood Gumby back. And then he got stolen again at another show.
What the fuck?
So I don't know. Now we have like Gumbies and like some of our flyers and stuff. I don't know why, but it's just been, Gumby's motto is like stay flexible. So, we're trying to stay flexible out here in the hard knock world of the jam scene, 10 years deep.
Dude.
So we're all just trying to be like Gumby, I think. And we found these little suits, and man, I've worn those things on Jam Cruise, Halloween, Bear Creek. Like we just put out, one Halloween, we were all Gumbies.
Hell yeah.
And I was like having to sing out of the eyeball.
Yeah.
Chug beers out of the eyeball too. I don't know. I'm sure Travis told you about that.
Yeah. He told me, he pulled up some picture of him and he was like, yeah, that's drinking beer through the eye.
Yep. Oh, we like to have fun, I guess.
Well, that's a great mascot. Like, I love that. He's flexible.
Gotta be flexible, man.
Yeah, we've reached out to them to like make sure we're not like infringing on copyright and stuff when we put them in flyers, and they just kind of have never really cared much. They're like, oh, cool.
Fuck it.
So
Yeah.
that's how I'd like to think the Gumby people are. They don't really give a
They're
fuck.
flexible.
They're flexible.
Yeah, they're flexible.
Just proud to have Gumby represented.
So where are you guys right now?
We're in Macon, Georgia.
So is this part of like are you doing a tour right now, or is this you just playing a few shows?
What is a city without its music?
The legacy of the New York Philharmonic is incredible.
Nearly 2 centuries of history. That's a lot of music and a lot of stories.
I was sitting on stage for the very first time thinking, I can't quite believe this is happening.
Join me, Jamie Bernstein, as we explore the history of the New York Philharmonic. It's the NY Phil Story Made in New York, a podcast about a city, its people, and their orchestra. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
Both are one and the same. We're doing more weekend warrior stuff right now, but if you get like 10 or shows on the calendar, you call it a tour. So
no shit.
On the road tour.
Man, right now, one show anywhere is a tour, I guess. You're right. So you guys, man, like we were saying at the beginning, 10 years of making this thing happen and re-recording the Space Monkey album with a horn section. Like, it adds so much to the album. It's fun. We were just all standing out on the porch listening to it before we came in here to talk to you guys. So going back into the studio to record that thing with the horn section, did it come out the way you wanted it to? Is it everything you hoped it would be?
I think so. It's Jeff talking. And I have, the band has been around for 10 years, but the horns have really only been around for 3 or 4 or so. But it was nice because some of these songs we had horn parts for that had been written by somebody else years ago. And then some of these songs like Sea Funk, for example, and Baby in a Bucket, we never really ever played those songs, even though we'd go to shows all the time and people would request them, and it would just be like, well, we haven't ever kind of worked on that or come up with anything as a band. So it was nice to kind of finally have the motivation or the need to go and like come up with the new versions of those songs with the band as we are now.
Man, yeah, go ahead, Apple.
I was just gonna say it's amazing. I kind of pretty much just know you guys since you've added the horn section and then going back listening to other stuff, but with that horn trio thrown in there, it just takes it to a whole nother level. And then you add in Gavin's voice, who just he's like a smooth Marvin Gaye type character that just has such a great delivery. You guys have been the soundtrack of our lives for a little while. You make it into especially dance night rotation.
Hell yeah.
And the one I'm really digging on too is Jimmy Got Popped. The video
or shot
or no, Jimmy Got Popped.
Oh, okay.
That video is amazing. Is that an original of your guys's or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You must have been live from the studio.
Was that Sneaker Thief?
I think.
Or was that Prana?
It could have been. So we did a few live things there in quarantine at my studio. It's where we recorded our last few albums, and then we went into another studio in Athens called Sneaker Thief and did a few, record a bunch of stuff for live stream type situations. But that Jimmy Got Popped wasn't on the first EP that we just redid, but I agree with you. Honestly, it's one of my favorite of our originals.
I think we're playing it tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna play it tonight for you.
Well,
right on.
You can just stretch that one. I mean, you guys stretch it out there. I can imagine playing live. You could go off with that for 20 minutes or more and just stretch it out.
Yeah, it has a nice jam vehicle.
So
we got a Gnarly G, our saxophone player here.
Hey,
hey, what's up? What's happening, brother?
I was just going to say that about the album, the re-recording of the first album, and I told somebody last night that initially I was not on board with that at all.
Whoa!
It's just kind of like, why are we doing this? And but I could.
He's a negative Nancy.
I'm a skeptic, but I couldn't be more happy with how that turned out. I rock that album all the time now, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Well, that's
cool. I
cool.
was skeptical, but I've seen the light.
Yeah, you know what, man? That's
yeah.
cool to be able to admit that, and I always think of like being in a band that you guys always fucking agree on everything when you're doing stuff. Like it just seems like that on the outside. So obviously ain't like that.
People to agree all the time.
Well, especially you guys got 9 people in the band. That's a lot of opinions.
Yeah, but we love each other
most of the time.
Most of the time.
Well, it definitely comes through when you get on stage.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
That's where no matter what's going on, you just got to kind of put it to the side, even if there is shit going on. You get out there, that's what it's about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but being on stage is always like, I mean, we all love hanging out together. Obviously, it wouldn't work if that wasn't the case because it's a lot of time in a small van with a lot of us. But we hang out, outside of playing and whatever. But being on stage is always like the pinnacle of time spent with these dudes. For me, at least, it's like, we're all doing what we want to be doing and doing it together and doing it in front of crowds and all over the place. So that's always, that's the best part of any day when we're on the road is when we actually get to play the show, and the rest is just either waiting. It's all just waiting.
Yeah, waiting for
that last part. You just threw it under the bus.
I forget who it was that we spoke to, but we talked to somebody that was telling us like being a musician is your entire life is spent building up to that 1 hour in that city, or that one set that day, and then everything else is preparing for the next time you get that 1 hour, that one set somewhere. And I can't even imagine, like, for us, we all live together here, and I get what you mean, man. Like, talking to you guys doing this is the highlight of our weekends. You know what I mean? Like, we all work day jobs still, and doing this is the best part of the week for us. So I can only imagine getting up in front of a crowd and receiving that energy back that you guys get when you're playing. It's just got to take you all the way out, man. That's fucking awesome.
Agreed.
Yeah, and that's funny segue back to like those videos that we recorded. It's like there's nothing more surreal than playing like an entire set of music for nobody. And we would finish these songs, and sometimes it would be like the first time we played music together in a month or so, or 2 months, and you'd be so amped up, and it would just be this massive like nothing of energy coming. Like the song ends, and then there's just dead, and there's nothing happens after it. And like sometimes I'll be like, should I start clapping? At least
somebody should scream. Can we get somebody to woo?
Yeah. Not a lot of woos going on, man.
No. I wanted to ask you guys about that too, man. Like, past 14 months has been a trip for everybody. And going into quarantine and like everything that happened with COVID for you guys, how did you navigate the beginning of that? And did it turn out the way you thought it was now that things are starting to open back up? Like, did it go the way you thought, or is it different?
I mean, we all just had to deal with it kind of the same way as everybody, just take a step back and figure out what to do. And luckily I have a studio, and we made a lot of content. We did this thing called the Funky Bunch, where we all just recorded parts to covers at our own house and just sent me the audio and a video, and we mixed and edited a little like Brady Bunch style, like 9-screen thing. We did that like 5 or 6 songs, and trying to do stuff like that weekly, and everybody writing and personal practice. And we missed the road, but I think we all enjoyed a little tiny breath of everything. Like you said, we're traveling hours and hours every day for this 1 hour, and it's a very exhausting lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But you get to appreciate it when it's gone, and we're happy it's coming back for sure.
Yeah, man. How does it feel now that you've gotten back out and you're playing some shows? Like, because I know for us, man, I really took it for granted, and I took for granted being able to go to a show on a Tuesday night or a Saturday, and didn't fully understand that it was a privilege to be able to go fucking hang out with your friends and rock out and like feel that feeling that we all love so much. And now, for me at least, like I have a newfound respect for the entire fucking thing. Like walking into any show now is like, wow, I get to do this again. And it just feels different from my end. So I'm wondering for you guys, like, does it feel any different for you getting back up there and the way it feels coming back from the crowd?
Yes, absolutely. It's it's overwhelming.
Wow.
You guys go ahead and a little clip here or something. I don't know. I was on the stage last night. I was just like, damn, it's just so good.
I can't even imagine. Like, because before I can only speak for myself, but like I loved it. And obviously, I mean, we did this podcast around it. After my first Grateful Dead show, I sold everything and bought a school bus and followed them around the country. Like, music is my life. I love it. But this thing made me see it all in a really, really fucking different light. And like being able to be with the people that I love and the community that we have and being able to support you guys. It's I can't think of like anything better, you know?
You know, we did a similar interview last week, and one of the questions they asked was, since you haven't been on the stage in so long, has it been hard to get your stage presence back? And my response was, actually, the stage presence is better than ever, because you take away all that from us for, a year and a half, and then we get to be on stage again, and sparks are flying and smiles and, good deeper jams that we were experiencing. We got to all be influenced by other outside sources, and we're just all smiles now on stage, and we've come back, better than ever, I think.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just curious what the show, because like you just played 2 sold out shows in Charleston, and how are those looking? Are they like pod shows, or what? How does that look?
They're still poddish, I would say. They're diminished capacity a little bit. People are spread out. There are tables, but a lot of talk that I hear is that everything's going to start, like, if everything goes according to plan, everything's going to start getting back together and back to normal around September. Yeah. So, and I know some places are already, open and wide up, but a lot of people are still being precautious. Precautious.
It's a word. Fuck it.
Precocious, precautious.
Before they're cautious.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for a laugh. We needed a laugh today, man. Fuck. I tell you what, man. It's been.
Make sure you're precautious with your laugh.
I will be precautious with my laughing. Mel, make sure you write that down. Because you guys just named the name of the episode. We're being precautious with Funk You.
But the shows, they've been poddish, but everybody's pretty mellow about, like, if you want to come up to the stage and take a picture or hang out at the rail, that seems like it's pretty okay. And everybody's respectful of each other's space and stuff like that. I will say, some of us went and saw Humphreys play at the Speedway near Atlanta last weekend. And that was like a drive-in show, which was pretty crazy to witness. Number one, just a show of that size again. That's like for the first time since COVID happened. But also it was nice because we, a couple of us carpooled our cars in there. And then we just had like our own little chill zone at what would have otherwise been a general capacity or some kind of packed in, like sardines kind of situation. So I think there's certain aspects of the whatever this post-COVID life that might exist that I might prefer a little bit. Like, I don't necessarily love being sandwiched up on top of my neighbors all the time. Like, I like to chill and be able to hear really well and have a good time in that way.
You know what?
And have room to groove.
You are not the first one to say that, man. I forget who it was, but we were talking to somebody and they were like, look, I never liked getting beer spilled on me or somebody stepping on my fucking foot. I just didn't dig it. And like, we're always looking for towards the end of the first set, second set. Yeah. We're always looking for like a little more space to dance and move. And
we move to the back.
Yeah. We move to the back. And so I guess it just makes sense. We haven't been to a drive-in show yet. We have some coming up here with like, Green Sky Bluegrass and, Yonder and the String Dusters here in July. And that'll be our first like drive-in stuff. But I can only imagine that
stuff.
Yeah,
Period
yeah, that's
up here.
true. That's true. Oregon is
Well, there's people doing stuff, except we just haven't partaken in any of that. We've been very precautious with our with our selection. Sorry, guys.
Well played, Mel.
Well played, Mel. You get a gold star. So, 10 years doing anything is not easy. And I mean, how many years we've been? Is it 5 for us or 4?
4.
4. So I can only imagine 6 more. But for each of you guys, I'm sure there's a couple of moments that stand out. Like, can you tell me what one of your favorite pinnacle moments in the past 10 years has been for each one of you guys that are there right now?
Is this on or off stage?
Doesn't matter. Either or.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, man.
Man, we've been deciding which stories to tell.
Tell new ones.
Yeah.
Well, even I'll tell you one for me was last night. Somebody requested a song on her way down from she drove from Virginia to Charlotte or whatever, and requested one of our songs that's it's on our Tipitinas live recording on Spotify, but it's gonna be on our new album that is coming out in the fall called Moving Forward. So
cool.
Make sure everybody keeps an eye out for that. So she requested the song, and then when we started playing it, she just broke down in right front center stage, and
we were the Beatles.
Yeah, exactly. We were just making her whole fucking year, and that was just pretty crazy. It's a song that we wrote that is just having such an effect over somebody, and even a song it's not like it's all over the internet. It's just basically only available in one place or 2 places to hear it from. So
What
cool.
song was it?
Red and Black.
Right,
it's on our Tipitinas live show from January of 2020 in the before times.
Oh yeah,
in the before times, yeah.
BC.
How about everybody else there?
More COVID. Oh wow.
Yeah. Shit, I hadn't even thought of that.
BC.
Thank you for catching that. These guys are a little slow in the uptake.
I love that. I appreciate it.
But you guys do. You're just saying that about that request, and you have to think about it. If she's driving to come see you guys, clearly you guys are special to her, and it's a big deal to be seeing a show, and then to hear it in front and center, that was probably such a release and such a great feeling. Not only is she getting her favorite song, but she's doing something that she hasn't been able to do. It's a huge deal. It would feel like the fucking Beatles. Who cares who's playing it? You guys are doing this amazing service and she's feeling it, and that's fucking dope that you guys did that. It's really cool.
It's fucking dope.
It is.
Yeah, we had her crying, and then we had the other guy doesn't really know the words, but he's super into it.
shouting something. Not the lyrics, but he was shouting something.
It didn't even matter at that point. Yeah.
Exactly. He was in the zone. It didn't matter.
How about everybody else there? How about some good pinnacle moments?
Man, this isn't even a great story, but it makes me laugh so often. Is the Thanksgiving show in Denver, where everyone got the norovirus.
Oh my god!
Which starts off with vomiting and then ends up with just stuff coming out everywhere.
Oh.
What the fuck?
And we're getting ready to take the stage, and a couple people have already fallen, and I'm laying on the couch downstairs in the green room, just kind of oh no, I don't want this. Oh, and shortly before the show, it hit me, and so anyway, I threw up everywhere, and we're getting on the stage, and everyone is just destroyed, the whole band. Will Clark didn't even make it through the show. He made it through two or three songs. Palmer got on drums. It was just the craziest, weirdest show ever.
It was a sold out Cervantes show.
It was the most tragic story ever. But
the end of a month-long tour. Also. Yeah, the pinnacle, the peak of the whole thing.
but looking back on it, though, comedies, tragedies,
Wow.
Comedies, tragedy plus time.
So everybody got the virus, like in the band, or everybody in that show got it? Like
Everyone in the band.
Okay.
Got
like it had some record amount of like elementary schools in Denver. It was like on the news that norovirus was going around. The person's house we stayed at, one of the guys like was around it like a kid or something, and he was like patient zero and gave it to us, and we stayed at that house and then went and played Winter Park and all these other places, and like everybody just started slowly.
Don't tell the CDC about us.
No, I won't.
By the time I was on stage, like I just couldn't do it. I was about to vomit all over my drums. I just had to leave. I was like, I made it through like 2 songs, I think, and then I was like, sorry, I gotta go. And they're like, is he gonna come back?
Like, I knew you weren't coming back.
I'm like, no way. He's coming out every end.
How was the show?
Horrible.
Like we played like an hour 15 maybe.
We like Palmer held it together. He's a percussionist, but he can play drums too, so that helps.
Yeah, I mean, we kept it short. There was no encore that night. Everyone was just like, no.
You guys don't deserve it.
The encore was in the can.
Kind of like the how Chris Myers just got COVID at that Humphrey show in Swati, and then Humphrey had to have different drummers come play with him. And Andy Farrig went and played drums. We kind of had that happen.
Wow.
But more about it.
Anyway, that was a horrible story, but
no, it was great.
in the rear view, it's so funny.
Pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. Like everyone was just like down.
And then you and I spent like 36 hours in a king size bed in a hotel room together, immediately following, just like recovery mode.
Dude, you know what?
That's monumental.
You can't write bonding like that.
Well, you guys can look back at like
that was a bonding experience.
And you can always say to each other, "Hey, man, at least it's not the Cervantes show."
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're right, bro. Wow.
Tell them a happy story.
I mean, we just started playing all these, all these festivals that we used to go to, and we're all lovers of the music and have been going to shows our whole lives too. So to finally be doing what you love and getting the recognition, like the first time we were told we play in summer camp, we all just like screamed. It was like the van erupted. I just got on the phone with Alan, our agent, and we were just like, whoa, yeah, like, just like playing Halloween and getting to play all these festivals now that we've been going to. And I'm a jam cruiser. So I've been going on jam cruise for 4 or 5 years now. And, I'm just, that would be my dream, just to one day play jam cruise. And
Didn't the last jam cruise, they got sick too?
Yeah, everybody was shitting and throwing up after the last jam cruise too. So that's a thing.
Hey man, that's gross.
Yeah, well, hey, it is what it is.
Shit happens.
It does.
Speaking of festivals, though, we are playing summer camp again this year in August, so we're super stoked about that. This will be our second time, and we got Mountain Music Fest in West Virginia coming up at the beginning of June, which is going to be cool. That has a super sick lineup. I think like Talk and Lettuce are also on that with us.
Hell yeah!
And
Strikes
yeah.
So, guys, what are some of your like favorite bands right now? That are playing and doing their thing. Well, I don't want to say playing, but that are out there right now. Wow, that was silence.
I'm a huge Snarky Puppy fan. I think we all love Lettuce. We all listen to a lot of other things. I listen to metal and jazz, and I think we all listen to a bunch of different styles. But I don't know.
We got 9 people. There's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of eclectic shit going on there.
I love listening. We listen to all kinds of stuff in the van rolling around. But I've been listening to a lot of Willie Nelson lately.
Willie.
My mom loves that. I know it's ridiculous, but it's true.
You know what, man?
Willie's like home.
Yeah.
He's like that's
he
grandpa.
Really does. He brings the calm vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Does it just makes you feel good. That voice, man, is just just like weird, raspy, and buttery all at the same time.
Yeah, it makes you feel like
everyone's favorite
nothing's
grandpa.
wrong. Yeah,
and it's strange, and it's like genuine. He is genuine. There ain't no
bullshit
faking
with Willie.
it or bullshit with Willie. Willie's Willie.
Mm-hmm. You know, something that you said, man, you're talking about that girl that was crying during the show. Think about this for a second. And I'm sure this has crossed your mind, but like the reason that I would imagine you're playing music is because at some point music did that for you on some level. And you were like, I want to fucking do that. Like, that's awesome. And now, like, if flash forward, you're the one that's creating that thing for other people. Like, that's a real thing that's happening. And if you could go back and tell your like 15-year-old self that that was real, do you think he would believe you? That you would, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of surreal. Everything goes by so fast.
Right.
Sometimes you don't get time to step back and think about it. I think we all got that with, the quarantine, and even without it, like we're all just very appreciative of where we are, and we're precautious about the future. And
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Hold on to it right now, baby.
Oh no!
You got to make a song named Precautious now. You
Yeah, that
have
has
to do
to
it.
happen.
Just Gavin mispronouncing words.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily have to even write it.
No, it writes itself.
Sometimes happens naturally.
Hell yeah.
I think one of the things for me, man, is like, if I talking about like your 15-year-old self is like, if I could go back and tell him one thing and be like, look, man, don't be afraid that you aren't going to end up where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy yourself a little more and don't be fucking so anxious about not making it where you think you should be. If you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Maybe, Will kind of already said it, but for me, probably like be in the moment a little bit more. Like, we all come from different backgrounds, but like me personally, I went to music school and I was like always studying music and practicing and that kind of a thing. And I think even still, actually, I struggle with kind of losing sight of just like enjoying the fucking moment right now and playing the song instead of like focusing on my shortcomings and things that I need to work on and this or that or the other thing.
Yeah.
Be in the moment.
Yeah, I get that, man. We were actually at an Humphreys show here in Portland a few years ago, and like in the middle of the show, I'm like thinking about going to the next show already. Like, this one's not even fucking over, and I'm already like worried about going to the next one. And I had this like moment of realization of like, holy shit, I'm not even enjoying where I'm fucking standing right now that I was looking forward to for the past 6 months. Like, I need to fucking chill out. So I hear you, man. Me too, big time. It's hard. It's hard when you're moving 1,000 miles an hour, and I can only imagine for you guys, like, well, when COVID's not around, like touring and writing and practicing and going here and going there, like it goes so fast, and like not being able to grab onto that moment, and because you're so focused on the next thing that's happening. But I would imagine to be able to do what you do when you're on stage, you kind of have to put all that aside, right? To be able to be in the jam and be in the flow of the improv.
Totally. Especially just not jamming for a while and jamming again, just hearing everyone's like influences, everybody's, I don't know, it just feels fresh. Everything feels fresh and tight and is not forced. And so, yeah, I think we're all super in the moment when we're on stage, and we're trying to just maybe, stay in the moment more.
Yeah. No, I get you.
I remember all these great memories before they slip away.
Mm-hmm. It's fast, and it's really fucking fast. And like the thing that I think about for you guys, especially playing the style and the kind of music that you play, I've always wondered this, like, in your opinion, which is more important, or are they equal? Is ear more important, or is chops more important?
Ear.
Really?
I think we all agree ear is more important. Yeah, because if you're using your ears and listening and paying attention and stuff, it doesn't matter if you can shred everything. If you just play the right note, that's what people need to hear.
Yeah, I've seen people with mad chops who just don't seem to have an ear at all, and that's the worst.
And you can't fit in.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also because ear comes from playing music with people, and listening to a lot of music. But you can develop chops without doing either of those things.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense. Yeah, I guess it
Sound
would.
a little aggro about that, but
I mean, as somebody who maybe was a chops player for a while and not much of an ear player, I'm trying to be better with the ear thing.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. And I guess too, like part of it also is knowing when not to play, right?
Yeah.
that's the hardest part for me.
Fuck, man. So go ahead, Apple.
No, I'm just laughing.
Do you guys, so is tonight's show sold out?
It's damn close.
Fuck yeah, man. And that's another thing that I've seen too, man, that really makes me happy is, well, not from a fan's perspective, because it fucking sucks trying to get tickets right now to anything right now, but everything that's happening is selling out. So, I mean, it's obvious that people are ready to be out and seeing music again.
Yeah, it's literally every show we play has been sold out.
Yeah.
It's wild. Think about it. It's been awesome.
A cool thing too that I've noticed is that all these shows we played has been a really wide what's the demographic?
Diverse.
Yeah, diverse group of people. Like it's not just a bunch of like jam scene kids or
diverse.
But it seems like, concerts, at least for now, are back into being just like a thing to do. So, there'll be like the 50-year-old, like more conservative group of people over there. And then the 20-year-old, like jam scene kids. And then the, whatever. And it's like, it's just like going to a show is like a social activity. It's not just like, oh, you like concerts, so you go to concerts, but like we don't go to concerts, that kind of a thing.
Okay. I'll take that, man. I mean, for you guys, that's fucking awesome. And for us, like, I don't know, if the audience at a show is too homogenous, I guess is the word, like everybody's the fucking same, there's something that's, there's no spice. I want to see, the thing that comes to mind when you say that is we went and saw Radiohead here at this Moda Center. It's like a big indoor arena. And like looking around at a Radiohead concert, there was like
everybody,
kid with Liberty Spikes and an old Deadhead and a
monk
and a Buddhist monk, literally wearing his garb, and like a guy in a business suit, and that I've never felt energy like that anywhere. And I really equate it to that diverse group of people being together and kind of focusing on the same thing and tripping on the same music together, and
reaches everybody. Well, I can picture your guys' music is like that. Your guys' music has a wide appeal because it's got a little bit of, it's like a gumbo that's got a little bit of everything in it. It's a great recipe that, I mean, my dad would dig it. I dig it.
It's
Aaron
a Gumby gumbo.
It's a Gumby gumbo.
There you
go.
Precautious Gumby gumbo.
A gumbo. I love that too.
So we kind of glanced over it, and you only mentioned it real quick, but tell me about making the new album, you guys. Like, that's no small thing in the midst of everything that's going on. Like, how did that happen?
So we're down into the mixing phase of the upcoming album. We've been playing these songs for a year or so, which is nice because then by the time you record them, you've really locked them in and you've honed in on your part. There's different ways to do it. Sometimes, you write it and record it immediately. And then when you play it live, it's developed and it's, not even exactly the same as the, record. But I think that's the cool part about us is we're, no matter if a song's like 1 year old or 10 years old, we can change it, flip it up, or make it better constantly. It's never just stuck in one way. And as far as us as a writing unit, we're all very open to each other's ideas, and we don't do there's not just a lot of compositions by one member. It's usually everyone's got a little piece of, their own in each song. So it's kind of, I guess, what else makes us uniquely funky.
Yeah. It is definitely unique. And I was thinking about that earlier today. Like, you guys have such a unique sound. And who are we talking to, Mel, with the two, help me out.
Well, you got to give
two qualifications for being a.
Oh,
yeah. You got to sound like yourself.
That was Mark
one of the
again.
one of the qualifications for being a good band is you got to sound like yourself. Don't sound like
Mark.
somebody else.
And then the other one is you have to be willing to step off the edge.
Yeah, and you guys definitely do both of those things really fucking well. When you put on Funk You, it's you guys. It's not like, well, this could be somebody else. Even if you're covering a song, it's uniquely
Toxic?
yourself. Yeah.
I love that. That was so dope.
I played that for Mel right before we came. I was like, Mel, you got to check this out. They covered Toxic. And she just kind of looked at me and was like, what? Yeah, you guys nailed it and had so much fun with that and made it new to the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played it last night too. It went over pretty well. It was like a request as well. So we made some people really happy with that.
Dude, there's nothing like hearing your favorite songs in a different version, same version. Like, I guess I just need to say thank you for continuing what you're doing, because it just feels good, even though we're not there, to know that other people are benefiting and getting to see music at all, and that you're getting to play it. And that is the ultimate right now, just because we haven't had it. And, I know Aaron was saying earlier when we first started how, taking it for granted. I think we took everything for granted because it was just our normal life. Everybody had a regular normal life, like if it's your band, that's your normal thing to go do, play with your band. If it's your business, it's normal thing to go do your business, whatever. And then when you can't do that, it changes how you feel about it, because now you start thinking about well, gosh, it really did that thing for me, or it really made me feel this way. And so I'm just saying thank you guys for continuing it. And, I'm sure maybe some bands didn't make it through the quarantine, maybe because they live far away or they couldn't practice or whatever. Or
they just decided to say, fuck it.
Yeah. Fuck it. I need to make more money. I need to do something.
So thanks for continuing to do it, man.
We appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not been easy, but we've all been lucky enough to have other jobs, and we all still have the same dreams, so we're not going anywhere.
Fuck yeah.
That's right.
You guys, I'll ride on her coattails. I just want to thank you. You guys kept it fun and funky through this too, because I love you do a cover of Toxic and then you flip it and you did a couple of my favorite, Dirty Laundry. When you guys did the Dirty Laundry cover, who doesn't love that fucking song?
Yeah.
And then you did Cars. The Cars one, dude, when I first watch it, halfway through it, I'm sitting there going, why are they all in their cars? And then it dawned on me, oh, you fucking idiot, smoke another bowl. They're doing it because the song's called Car, and that was amazing. You guys do great covers and have fun with it.
We had a lot of fun with that Dirty Laundry one. I luckily had 2 full bins of Dirty Laundry, so I was like, Emily, just throw this shit at her.
The only time in life when it pays to have fucking dirty laundry laying around.
That's where Gavin's laying on the washing machines in the beginning and then jumps off. And that had Sean in it too, didn't it? Sean Eccles?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. You guys had a hell of a lot of fun with that, man.
You guys mentioned going to summer camp. And I think we might be there with you this year, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Come hang out.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was going to say. Looking forward to meeting you guys and having a chance to give you a hug and a high five and say thanks in person, man. We talked to them a couple of months ago and they weren't sure if everything was going down or not, but it seems like it's full steam ahead at this point. So we'll most likely see you there.
I will say our campsite is a pretty fun place to hang out too when you're not at the shows. So
heck yeah,
Fuck yeah.
We bring a party wherever we
there's
go
something
too.
about the energy of having 9 people to hang out with. That's nice because you always get whatever you need, right? If you need somebody to just chill with and just chat with, there's probably somebody else in that mood. But if you're trying to rage, there's always somebody in that mood. You can find whatever you want.
Dude,
there.
you're so
It's like a
true.
buffet
I
of
fucking love that.
Yeah, we roll deep too, man. So
Yeah, we do.
Well, it'll be forces colliding. That'll be fucking fun, man. Looking forward to it. You guys, go kill it tonight. Thank you so much for spending time with us. I know it's nuts being on the road and jamming in a fucking minivan to do an interview and shit. And I really, really fucking appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having us. We enjoyed this time, and we look forward to meeting you guys and hanging out with you.
And we appreciate you as well for, getting them spreading the good word, spreading the gospel.
Always,
We
man.
gotta spread
That's
the
our
gospel
fucking
about
job.
good shit, dude. We
Yeah.
have to keep everybody knowing about good stuff.
Like we always say too, man, you guys, whenever, we're going to meet you before then, but when you make it through the Portland area, you guys you got a big band, but we got a pretty big house. We can make people comfortable. You're more
We
than
can have a
welcome
rager
here.
or a sit down chat talk, whatever you guys need.
And then also let us know, Aaron does most of the communication when it starts you said in fall, but when it comes time to, when you guys are releasing anything, doing a stream,
you're
whatever,
moving
we
forward.
got your back.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Have a great show tonight,
we
you guys.
can't wait to play in Oregon on the West Coast.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Haven't done it, but we'll be there soon.
Right on, you guys. Take care, and we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Be well, y'all.
See
Stay
y'all later.
safe.
Thanks so much.
Have a great fucking show.
He'll take you for a ride, that's right, to the other side. He'll take you on a trip to the mothership. Everybody wants to know just how he gets it so funky. That's just how he does it. That's space funky, come on. So where you going to? Could it be Jupiter or Mars? I see you soaring through the stars, keeping it funky, that's right. What you wanna do, you want to fly through the sky, I can see it in your eyes. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, I said it's alright, this is it. Won't you take me by the hand, come on. Please take me to your leader, take me to your land, where it's not about violence, where it's not about gender or race, but it's about science and exploring outer space with electrical bass. Yes, and some electrical guitar, he'll send you soaring through the stars. He's so, he's so funky, that's right. That's just how he does it. You know, that space monkey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, I said it's alright, yes, yeah. Come on down.
That's a fun bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of energy. Nine people.
Yeah.
A 9-person funk jam band. That's some.
I bet they're
crazy
backstage
energy.
just like, hey, what, dude? Nothing.
Practice your chops.
No, you practice your ear. Wow. That'll
What?
be fucking dope. Party with those guys and hang out.
What was it? Not precarious.
Precautious.
Precautious. Is that is a word, right?
Yeah, precaution.
It just wasn't. He didn't just use it properly, but it didn't matter. It
I'm
was-
so foggy-headed and weird today, man.
Precariously precautious.
Thank you for listening to that whole interview, by the way. If you're still listening, I appreciate it. You know what? You've earned another No Simple Road badge. Like back when we went to Skull and Roses, I did a You Made It Through the Skull and Roses episode badge, and I think I did one for Northwest String Summit because those are like 6-hour episodes split into 2. And you've now earned another No Simple Road achievement. You made it through a COVID interview with the No Simple Road crew. So thanks. Yeah,
we did this together.
We did. This was a group effort today. Thanks, you
Right
guys.
on.
And hey, guys from Funk You, congratulations on 10 years.
10 years.
You're killing it.
Happy anniversary.
And here's to 50 more if that's what you want. And we love you and can't wait to meet you and hang out. Everybody, we're healing. We'll be back next week with more stuff and things, and we'll see you soon. And we love you. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking hands.
Hydrate. Wash
Please
your
wash your
hands.
hands. You don't want this. This ain't fucking cute. We'll talk to you soon. Love you.
Like twist and turn, the mission turn, and it's a journey. Wish the world has many problems, but it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a new born. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. 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 My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hey listeners, I want to tell you about the April-May 2023 issue of Relics magazine. Features a Dave Matthews Band cover story with additional articles and interviews with The National, Graham Nash, Wayne Shorter, ALO, Ivan Neville, our friend Eric Krasno and Stanton Moore, Marty Stewart, and much more. Check out the latest version of Relics and subscribe now at relics.com/DMB. Thanks, Relics.
Hello out there. Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz.
And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.